Mino Raiola is a parasite that lives off other people's earnings.
Simon, you know what the nice thing is? That I don't give a damn about what your opinion is and what you think that it is, okay?
I'm asking you a question because it's not an advertorial for you, it's a debate.
Stan claimed on social media that EA Sports FIFA games were, quote, making profit on my name and face without any agreement all these years. He's taken to Twitter and he's saying, who gave FIFA, EA Sport, permission to use my name and face? He says, for sure, I never allowed FIFA.com or FIFPro to make money using me. And this could get ugly because more players are joining this. Zlatan, incidentally, for that tweet, so far has had 57,000 likes. EA Sports say this morning it has, quotes, contractual rights to include the likeness of all players currently in our game. Zlatan's agent, a man we know well, Mino Raiola, joins us live this morning. Mino, good morning to you.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning to you. Simon is with me, Mino. Mino, tell me...
my big friend Simon.
Your big... Would you like to say good morning to Mr.
Good morning, Mino. Nice to hear from you again.
There we are.
Nice to hear from you, Simon. Always a pleasure to hear you.
All right, we've got that over and done with. We're all friends here. Mino, confirm to me, will you? Is Zlatan, like Bale, are they consulting their lawyers and you're about to take legal action?
No, we're not consulting our lawyers. We already consulted our lawyers. This is ongoing things for many years. It's not something that is popped up 2 days ago. EA Sports already always dodged us, and it's time that they stop dodging us.
So you're going to get serious with them. EA Sports...
No, we are serious. We're not going to get serious. We are serious. This is a serious matter. It's a very important matter in the industry, and it's important for everybody.
So, Mino, EA Sports tell us this morning, to be very clear, we have contractual rights to include the likeness of all players currently in our game. So obviously we know that means Zlatan.
Maybe they have a contract also with you. Did you sell them some rights that you don't have?
So they're talking nonsense here?
Of course they're talking nonsense. They're washing their hands in innocence while they know for years that we are contesting the rights that they have and that they don't have actually. So they're talking to parties that don't have the rights of the players because the FIFA doesn't have it and FIFPro doesn't have it. The image rights, the individual image rights of the players are only in the players, and that's it. And that's why they made also deals with, let's say, Beckham, because they have to make a deal with Beckham if they want to use Beckham's name. So they have to make a deal with Zlatan or other players if they want to make a deal. And going to parties that claim that they have it, and well, they know they don't have it, is wrong on both sides. So it's about parties exploiting players wrongly. It's about money that doesn't go to the right people, and they know it.
Mino, am I right in thinking as many as 300 players might join Zlatan and Bale in this?
Yeah, even more, because it's a crucial thing, and people now notice it and woke up about it. And it's a shame that it had to come with this, but we tried, and we were not considered by EA Sports and the other parties, and now we are. So this can end up in court, or this can end up that we find a new system to work on it.
Can I ask you a question, Mino? If indeed this has legs, and you will say it will, and EA will say it won't, because you'll both be running your individual cases and not running the other person's argument. But if it is indeed the case, why haven't you injuncted EA? Let me finish the question, Mino, then you can answer it. Why haven't you injuncted EA to stop using, say, Zlatan's image? Just injuncted on him so that basically a cease and desist and an injunction behind it.
Everything on his right time.
No, hold on. You either want them to stop. This is either about stopping using Zlatan's image, or it's about money. I suspect it's about money, right?
But it's all about money, okay?
Right.
It's all about the important money, because it's not EA Sports, it's not a charity foundation. I know that for you nothing is about money because you do everything for charity, because you're the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, no, I endure listen to you through charity, yeah.
Let me talk. This is about money, this is about rights, this is about who can exploit whose rights, and it's a principle. And why we don't do things before or after is a call that we will make and that we don't need to explain now. This is the moment now that it came out, and we will bring it to the end. And
it's not about principle. Principle. If you go to court, with a principle, you'll lose. You go to court on a point of law. And I've been into court many, many times on many, many levels, from tens of millions down to 50p.
You're the best guy in England. Not in England, in the world, okay?
Mino, I realise that you're a law unto yourself and that ultimately you can't be challenged. But there's no need to be facetious. I'm asking you a question.
I am not in the radio program to discuss with you what our strategy is. I'm here to say that we have a position, and that is that EA Sports doesn't have the right to use the players in their game.
And I'm asking you a question because it's not an advertorial for you, it's a debate.
If they think that they have another position, because their statement is that they have bought those rights, that is what their statement is today, that they have bought those rights, while we are saying for years that those rights cannot be bought by the organizations that are buying it from. If they think that this is the way to go, it's their right to go.
Can I put this to you? Gareth Bale was on the front cover of FIFA 2014.
Yes.
And, now we're in 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong, but why is this only coming out now?
I don't know. You have to ask Gareth Bale that. But I'm telling you that this is another matter. This is a matter that rights don't belong to FIFPro or FIFA and cannot be sold to EA Sports. That is the matter here.
And that's either going to be and where we're going to concur here, which will be difficult to believe, is that will either be a matter of fact or it won't. FIFPro make a statement which says that a player's name, image and performance may be only commercially utilised with his or her consent voluntarily given. And I think, and that's a very telling statement, but I also think it's a case of opting in and opting out mentality, that if consent isn't unilaterally not given, it's assumed that it is given. And I think this case, if there is a case...
I don't think so.
No, we're not disagreeing. We're saying that ultimately I think the case will turn on that, because ultimately if I have a client that I do not want his image being utilised, I would have injuncted them quite some time ago. What this is about is someone like you popping up saying we're missing an opportunity here, and ultimately I can monetize that, and of course I'll be paid a commission on that. And Beckham's just got paid 40 million, and Beckham has been paid 40 million quid.
Simon, you know what the nice thing is, that I don't give a damn about what your opinion is and what you think that it is. Okay, that's the thing here. And what you think about me is to me totally.
Mina, I have no opinion on you. You're about as troublesome to me as a cloudy day. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah. No, you're not asking me a question.
Well, I am.
You're affirming me. Now you're affirming me that I do things because of a reason. I'm doing these things because it's very simple. These are rights of my players that cannot be touched. Point. And I think that this talk is now over, Jim, because you need to give Simon his own program, okay? Next time that you invite me as Jim and not as Simon. Have a nice day and have fun with Simon there. You should have a one-man show.
Mino, just before you go, no, he has gone. He has gone. Well, there we go. Mino Raiola joining us live, and now is no longer with us live. So it's all going to end up in court, Simon, that is for sure. And one side is not prepared to budge here, is it?
Listen, you put your best foot forward. If Mino wants to behave like a child because somebody asks him a few questions, that's his business, right? But I don't think it's right for him to come on our show and get an advertorial. Of course I mustn't talk across him, but I want to get him to the point because we've got a limited amount of time. This is about money. It's not about principle. It's about money. And they may well have a case, right? And all I'm advocating is, here's EA's position. They will either be right or wrong. This is a multi-billion-pound business. Mino Raiola is a parasite that lives off other people's earnings. He'll have a lot to say about what will and won't be, but these are big boys, and we will either see that they have done something they shouldn't, and if they have, I don't suspect it takes 8 years to do. It doesn't take 8 years to get people into court. Yeah. It doesn't take people 8 years to injunct somebody. If you are offended by the fact that your player, aka your cash cow, is not getting what he should be getting, you would have dealt with this 8 years ago. And if he wants to be rude and flippant and disrespectful and arrogant towards me, that's his business. But my job, I think, is to ask him educated questions to try and get a better answer
Yeah.
rather than Mio, whatever his name is, coming forward and advancing his particular point.
How long will it take for you to go over the fact that he hung up on us?
Well, look, I'm disappointed that I won't be getting any Christmas cards. I'm quite happy and concurring with the view that I should have my own show.
Okay, coming up to 11:15.